I want you to think about a moment. A moment when you felt truly seen. A moment when someone's words lifted you up, made you believe in something bigger than yourself. It could have been a teacher, it could have been a boss, it could have been a parent, it could have been anyone. Now hold that feeling. That feeling is everything. We often think leadership is about having all the answers. It's about making the big plans. It's about the spreadsheets. It's about the rules. We think it's about fixing things. But what if I told you the most powerful thing a leader can do is not to fix, but to feel, to make others feel? This is the core of a beautiful idea from a wise man named James March. He saw that true leadership has two parts. Hold on to that. Let's talk more about this idea of plumbing and poetry. Let's make it really simple. Imagine you are building a house. The pipes in the walls, the electrical wiring, the foundation. You absolutely need it. Without it, the house won't function. It's the technical, structural part, strategic plan, budget for the next quarter, new software you roll out to make things more efficient, rules and policies that keep everyone safe and on the same page. Plumbing is tangible. You can measure it. You can see when it's working and when it's broken. Now, think about what makes that house a home. Stories that are told within its walls, smell of a favorite meal cooking in the kitchen, tradition of gathering around the fireplace on a cold night, feeling of safety, of love, of belonging. That is the poetry. Mission that everyone truly believes in. Story the CEO tells about why the company was started. Way a team celebrates a success, no matter how small. Shared understanding that we are all in this together, taking care of one another along the way. That's the point. So why does this poetry, this focus on feeling, have such a deep and lasting impact? It's because at our core, we are emotional beings. We are wired for story. We are wired for connection. We are not robots who can simply execute a command without any feeling attached to it. When work is hard, when we are tired, when we feel like giving up, a well-designed plan might tell us what to do next. But a powerful story, a sense of shared purpose, gives us the strength to actually do it. It answers the question, why does this matter? And that why is the most powerful fuel there is, especially during change or crisis. When everything is uncertain and the path forward is not clear, plumbing can break down. The old plans don't work anymore. The old rules no longer apply. In those moments, a leader can't just hand out a new instruction manual. People are scared. People are confused. What they need is a steady hand, a voice of calm and reassurance. A leader who can say, I don't have all the answers, but here is what I know we stand for, and we will get through this together. So how do we do this? How do we become the kind of leaders who practice poetry? It is not as mysterious as it sounds. It comes down to a few practical, learnable skills. These are things anyone can cultivate. You don't have to be a born orator or a charismatic genius. You just have to be willing to lead with your heart. The first skill is to become a storyteller. This doesn't mean you have to tell grand, dramatic tales. It means finding the simple, true stories that give your work meaning. Talk about a customer whose life was changed by your product. Share a story about an employee who went the extra mile. Connect the small, everyday tasks to the big, inspiring mission. Use plain words. Speak from the heart. The second skill is to become a designer of rituals. Rituals are small, repeated actions that anchor us in our shared values. They create a rhythm and a sense of community. Meeting ritual. Each person shares one good thing. Welcome ritual. Include new people. Project goodbye ritual. Celebrate and acknowledge lessons. These small acts cost nothing, but their emotional return is priceless. They turn a group of individuals into a true team. The third, and perhaps most important skill, is to show up with authentic presence. Let your true self be seen. Be honest. Show your own humanity. Leaders are taught to be polished and perfect, but people don't trust perfection. So, what is the big wake-up call for all of us? It is this. We need to fundamentally rethink what it means to train and develop our leaders. For too long, we have focused almost exclusively on the plumbing. We send them to courses on project management, financial analysis, and strategic planning. All of that is good. All of that is necessary. We must keep the plumbing strong. But we have neglected the other, more human side of the equation. We have left the poetry to chance, hoping that our leaders will just figure it out on their own. This is a mistake we can no longer afford to make. We must start intentionally teaching the skills of the heart. Let's bring storytelling workshops into our leadership programs. Let's have our leaders practice the art of deep listening. Let's create spaces where they can explore their own values and learn how to talk about them in a way that inspires others. Let's teach them how to design those small, powerful rituals that build community and belonging. We need to make the development of emotional and spiritual intelligence just as important as the development of technical expertise. We need to measure our leaders not just on whether they hit their targets, but on whether they create a culture of trust and meaning. This is not a soft skill. This is the essential skill. This is how we build the world we all want to live in.